So I already did an initial video about what Nobox is all about. This video is going to be about how you can install Nobox locally, since it's open source, and how you can get it to, yeah, do just that. Install it locally and start using it. But I'll probably do the another video about how to use it with a front-facing application like an app, a mobile app or a website. But I'm going to use a website, maybe probably using Next. But this one is just about how to install Nobox. This video might be a bit long, but I'm going to try my best to make it as short as possible. So to install Nobox, you want to go to the GitHub page, which is right here. And sorry for the splitter screen. I guess it makes it easy. So it makes it easy, actually, I think. So to do that, we go to the local installation right here, and then we clone. But before I clone, I want to create a custom directory that I probably do all of these things in. Since I was the one that built this and I already have it in my root, so I'll just do a directory called text run and then cd into it. So I've already copied this, so I'm going to clone it in here. Yeah. So it's cloning into Nobox core, and as expected, you're supposed to clone into to cd into the clone directory. So we have it right there. And then if we look in here, we already have files. We have different files. It's built with Nest.js, so that's why it's having this structure. And then if you go into this env folder, you will see a file called .example.env. So what we want to do now is we want to be able to convert that example.env file into something usable. So let's go back to our initial directory, right? Yeah. So that's why we're doing this. Right. So this is going to change the example.env I showed you before to local.env. And that's because Nubox only recognize local.env or development.env for now. So the next thing we want to do is you want to install it. So if you're running on Mac or Windows, an npm install should do. If you're running on Linux, this should do. So let's do the npm install. So the process of these I'll probably pause and then we get back to it. So it took a while to install it. Thank God I paused. So let's go back to the process, and then after installing, sorry, let's clear this. After installing, so I use the C command as my custom command, not something that will work on all Unix systems. It's just a custom command for clearing. So yeah. So now to use Novox, you need to have MongoDB and the local.env file already has some MongoDB configuration in it. So, I mean, I already made it such that all you have to do is just run the script here, npm run dot setup mongo replica, and it's just going to work out of the box. But for that to happen, you need to turn on Docker. Let me see if I have Docker on. I don't think I do. So let me turn it on. But before I do that, let me pause this to save the stress. So I've started Docker actually, and as you can see, it's right here. And that way I can run npm run setup mongo replica. So this is the replica set. Yeah, I'm going to put in my password, and then I can pause while while it runs. So as you can see, it's installed. I think you need to ignore all this. It's just a simple change to stop getting responses from the daemon. But anyway, it runs right here, and the example file we have here already have this MongoDB, you know, conf. in it so you don't have to worry. And then once you're done there, the next thing you do is you run npm run dev and it should work. Let me be sure I'm still running this. Okay, it's still running. Yeah, so you can see normal next year's stuff kind of, and yes, this needs to be removed. And then we have MongoDB connection created. This is how you know you're connected to the Mongo database. So, just a minute. So the next thing I want to do is this already works. The way you know it works is it runs on localhost 8000. So you could copy this, right? And let me just copy this, and you can see it runs. I mean, you can see all this. It runs, and I just have to put docs, and we have the docs in right here. But this is not what you should bother about. It's just to be sure it works. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to go to the Nobox console, which is like the dashboard, and visualize what we have running in this installation. So let's click this. So now it says it's a dashboard for using Nobox Core. So the first thing we want to do now is let's create a new file. So we're inside Nobox Core. Let's go in level down, and then we clone the Nobox console. And I think this is open source too, right? This is public, yes, public. So the Nobox console, and then when we run it, we're supposed to run Nobox core, but we already have that running, so we just cd into Nobox console, and we have that. As you can see, that's a next.js file, a next.js file, and the next thing we do is we yarn as within here, and then that's just to install it. Do I need to pause this? Think I should. Okay, no need. Very fast. Thanks, Vessel. And then we run yarn dev. And that should run on 3000. And so now what this does is it when you click that. So let's open this. Sorry, let's open this right here. So as you can see, it runs locally. So since we're done with all the you know installation and everything, I'm just going to like increase the screens. Yeah. So now that we're here, we have the Noble score running, and we have the dashboard running all locally. This one on 3000 and this one on 8000. So Nobox console by default already points to 8000. Nobox, yeah, dashboard, the console, yeah, already know our own son, already connects to the local implementation by default. So what you want to do is you click sign up, and then I would just use my email address. I hope I don't get spammed. And I use a password like Akitunde123 star. Yes, think it washes for bad. Not if you use a password that is not strong, it's going to like get angry. I mean, it's going to send an error. So it's better to use something that looks like this. Then I put Akitunde, and then I put my last name. Then you can hide this. Then you can create, and then it logs you in immediately. So as you can see, this is the token you will use for working on your projects. This is where you can create a project, but yeah, you can create a project. But the funny thing about this is not the video for that, because I don't see a reason why anybody wants to create a project on the dashboard. There could be a reason, but on another video, I will show how an example project works with this, and how you don't have to do anything on the dashboard. You can just do everything right from inside your Next.js code, your React Native code, and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you. See you on the next video.